to make my dreams come true. And I want to propose something to you. If you only had 6 months to do your dreamiest desire, goal, this dream that's just been placed in your heart, and someone told you if you don't do it in 6 months, you can never do it. You can never come back to it. Just pretend that God came from the sky or a genie in a bottle and was like, hey, you only have 6 months to start the YouTube, write the blog, put yourself out there in your health or whatever, like just your creativity, your project, and you only had 6 months and you could never return to the stream again. Like if you really wanted to start a YouTube channel or a business or start selling your jewelry line or something, this like dream that's placed in your heart, and you only had 6 months, and God was like, you can't come back to the stream after this. So either you do it in 6 months or you're gonna have to do something else that you don't love. Would you give yourself 30 minutes a day to actually do the dream? So this is why today I'm hanging out on a rooftop pool, going live, starting the YouTube channel. And when I say starting, it's been 6 months since I uploaded, and all of a sudden I got this notification that we would need, I think, 8,000 hours of watch time to get monetized on YouTube. Literally texted my husband and I was like, I need this stream to happen. I need to put content out there because I can't keep saying that I want to do the YouTube channel and not upload. Hi, Jose. Good times. It's been so long that we have talked. And so it's always nice to see your name pop up. So thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going great. I know the last time we talked, you were like on your health journey. So I'm excited to see how you're doing. Feel free to leave a comment. But yeah, so my husband and I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I'm a content creator and a personal growth coach. And I took about almost a year off simply to be a mom, be with my baby. And this year I told myself that I was going to go all in on my dreams as a creative, as a content creator. And I uploaded on YouTube for 21 days with the toddler on my hip. And I had gallbladder surgery the end of January, and I still posted on YouTube because I had this fire inside of me that it was going to be the year that I did the dream, that I followed through this desire that I had in my heart, right? So this year, my husband and I decided to then buy a home and like a lot has like happened. We bought a home and we decided to sign up for this like fancy gym that is like $500 a month for like my husband and I and our son, which is ridiculous. Like it's ridiculous, but it comes with childcare. So if you think about it, childcare is like these days it's like $2,000 a month. And my husband and I were like $500, $200 so that I could actually have time to work on my creative dreams, on my business. That is a steal. That is like a no-brainer. So right now I'm hanging out on the deck. Can you see it? I'm gonna go swimming afterwards, but I obviously needed time to work because it's not all play. But yeah, I just decided to like, okay, let me go live on YouTube. Like, this is so uncomfortable for me, by the way. Yeah, drop the questions. Would love to answer them. I'm almost an open book, but I do have certain boundaries. Mostly an open book, I would say 75%. But anyways, yeah, like I'm making it happen. So I'm going to show up on YouTube as often as I can before February because I have this like crazy goal to get monetized, but I have to have 4,000 hours. Mind you, I haven't like posted consistently since like 6 years ago. I think the last time I was like posting consistently was in 2020 during the pandemic. And again, I had this fire to show up on YouTube again. I posted 21 days straight in January, which is funny because that's like my story. The reason I started posting on YouTube when I was 15 years ago is because I was super shy, and I figured why not like do the fear therapy, courage therapy, and just like post online. So that's why I got started, and I'm back. But yeah, if you have a question, feel free to leave it down on the chat. I'm going to stay here for at least 30 minutes. So ask away. Ask away. Let's see, Jose. Oh, yes. I was even doing the weight loss vlogs. Oh, my God. Yes, you were. I remember you would. I know you're a vegan. So how's that going? Are you still vegan? 167 pounds. That is insane. You're such an inspiration because I know that took a lot of discipline. I'm sure there was like hard days, but you made it happen. So as far as, so answer that question if you're still vegan, because I'd love to know. I've been wanting to do more like whole foods, not the store, but like actually like foods that aren't so processed. And so would love some ideas. But yeah, so the kind of content that I'm going to do is a lot of personal growth. If you've been here since day one, you know that like the reason I started this YouTube journey and content creation is because I had no confidence 15 years ago. Obviously I've changed. If you're not changing, you're not growing, right? So, yeah, I'm still really passionate about confidence and personal growth, but I want to bring in more of like what it means to live an intentional life, like how to make decisions from a place that aligns with your values. And I'm going to be sharing a lot about the way that I live intentionally, videos about being a stay-at-home mom. I know not everyone's a mom here, but just the way that I like build my dreams while having someone that depends on me. Because I think oftentimes, like, I know in my 20s, I would make a lot of excuses about not having time, but like the older you get, the more responsibilities you're going to have, right? Or there's going to be excuse or health issues with family. Delete. Hopefully that's not the case for anyone watching, right? But like things happen, like life happens. And the more we tell ourselves when I have time, when I have A and B, like you're just going to hold yourself back from doing the things. So I really just want to go back to like making more vlogs, lifestyle vlogs, but not from a place of like, look at my life, but like, look at what happens when you follow through on your goals, even when you have certain limitations or when you have a busy schedule or when you're a parent or, when work starts getting really busy, that you still make time for your creativity. So a lot of what I was thinking, I wrote down some notes, by the way, because why not? I'm a big journaler. And I was thinking about like what this channel would be about. And it really goes back to my roots about like helping people step out of their comfort zone, to take the trip, to start the project, to like start posting on YouTube, like to give yourself permission to do the thing without seeking validation from others, right? To like have the courage to change your mind. I'm 35. I just turned 35 not too long ago. And I'm going to pretend like I'm 25. Like I still have this like wondrous, hopeful, life is full of possibilities kind of attitude versus like I'm 35, I'm about to hit 40, or I'm 35, I should be farther along, or I'm 35, how come I'm like staying home with my son? Like that's a decision that me and my husband made, and daycare is really expensive. Let's be real. So, and I really, that's like a dream that I had while building my business. And so I have had a business since 2018. I got laid off back in 2018. I started a social media business. It expanded to coaching. I now do like group programs with women. And like, I actually just launched something that was like open for men. It was a 21-day challenge to say yes to yourself, like to do things out of your comfort zone, to give yourself permission to like try new things. So it's really going to be about that. Like this channel is about like, here's what I'm learning when I give myself the opportunity and the permission to try something new, to go after what I want. And when I first started my YouTube channel, it was kind of like documenting the journey without any type of like, it was like really by like I was my own experiment, and I'm gonna continue to do that. But the only difference is now I have the tools to move past the fear faster. I've actually been coaching women for 5 years. I took a year off to stay home with my baby, but prior to that, like, and even now that I'm hosting these group experiences with women, some with men, yeah, it was, I was helping people let go of fears on a subconscious level. And so I've collected a lot of tools that helped me in my life, in my creative journey, and now I'm helping other people. So I'll just be documenting more of like the lifestyle, personal growth, and yeah, travel vlogs, like just giving myself permission to do everything that I want at the age of 35 and not say like because I'm 35 I can't pursue my creativity. So yeah. Okay, you gave up the vegan thing. I know, you know, I was a vegan for 11 months and we do eat a lot of carbs, huh? So, but you do plan to go back eventually. I mean, I think it's all about finding balance, right? You can find a lot of protein with like vegetables and stuff like that. I'm glad that you like the ideas. I know you're like an OG, so thanks for being here. And I have another OG. Hi, Romina. So the stream is about, I know I clickbait you guys with $500 rooftop gym, but it's about going after what you want and giving yourself permission to not get stuck in a certain identity, specifically for creatives. What I've learned over the last few months is that we are the ones that could give ourselves, like we have to give ourselves permission. Like the longer we wait for validation, the longer it's gonna take to reach our goals. And so in the beginning of the live, I asked people, if you only had 6 months to go after the goal that you've been desiring, that big dream that you have, and you only had 6 months to like give it all you have, and like God or like genie from the bottle from the sky came up and was like, hey, Romina, Jose, Jason, you only have 6 months to do the thing, to be a YouTuber, to be a graphic designer, whatever creative outlet you want. And if you don't do it in 6 months, if I don't see you putting 15 minutes of your day or 30 minutes of your day into it, you have to just quit. You can't do it. Like you have to be something completely different. Like you can't do the thing. So for me, for example, I really wanted to start a YouTube channel and I gave it up for 6 years and came back. And the thing that brought me back today was because there was this news about YouTube having now like 8,000 hours watch time and until February. And so that for me was like God, genie in the bottle coming down like, hey, girl, you only got 6 months or less, or maybe about 6 months to go after your dream hard. And if you don't do it, go be like an accountant, go be a doctor, go whatever, you know? So that's what it's all about. This is what I wanted to share coming here. But I also kind of want to take you through how my mind is working when I am limited on time and capacity. I hope you guys can hear me. So I only have like guaranteed 2.5 hours a day for my goal. Like this big goal of getting 4,000 hours. I think it's 4,000. Correct me if I'm wrong. Of watch time before February. I only have 2.5 hours a day. So I go to this gym, super fancy gym that allows me to like pour into myself and get childcare at the same time. So this is when I do my editing. This is when I create my group programs. This is when I host my live calls, my live videos, like only 2.5 hours a day. And I'm a mom full time. So I know if I could do it, we could all do that thing that we're desiring. So that's first things first. I have 2.5 hours. Realistically, sometimes it's like an hour because I also work out while I'm here. But just ask yourself, like, how much time do I have a day to put into that thing that I really want to do? Maybe you want to be a travel vlogger. Maybe you want to like publish your second book. Maybe you want to start a blog. Maybe you want to start a membership for creatives, or I'm starting a membership for women. If I only had 30 minutes a day, how would I make it work, right? So that's first thing for me. That's my capacity. Now I want to ask you, how much time, with every responsibility, I'm sure everyone watching is an adult because I said it's not for kids. I want to ask you, like, how much time are you willing to put into your goal, into your dreams in 6 months if you can no longer do that? And actually, yeah, that's where I'll start. This is my friend Alan. This is what my friend Alan told us over breakfast that one day in LA. He did, right? Oh my God. I remember he kicked my butt that day and I didn't listen to him, and I could have had more time to monetize myself, but now I only have 6 months. So I should have listened to Alan. So now listen to me. Double tap to like the stream. Yeah, hopefully I'm doing good, guys. This is like my I have not lived. Is it gone live in a very long time? Oh my God, Throwback Thursday. Okay, this is my, oh my God. So you're doing a career shift at 37 and just my CDL to drive trucks, and I'm horrified. Karla, literally keep on trucking. Oh my God. Jose, that was so long ago. So I used to have this motto called keep on trucking. I don't know where I got it from because I'm not from the South and I don't have a truck. But I'd always be like, keep on trucking. Life is too short. Like, keep going even when things are getting hard. So I'm glad you remembered that. So are you becoming a truck driver, or that is your current career and you're shifting at 37? And honestly, guys, why has the world made us out to seem like that 30, like being over 35 is too old? Like, if you think about it, Oprah, she didn't get her big break until she was like 40. J.K. Rowling didn't get her book picked up until she was like 40. And, you know, I know so many people. I have actually a really good friend of mine. She's 62 and she became a coach at like, oh no, she's 60 and she became a coach at 55. And she's an incredible like women's Christian coach. She wrote a book. She's like gone on TV. Like, she's doing the thing and like making a lot of money doing what she loves at the age of 55. Like, that's when she started. So it's like never too late to do the thing, right? Okay, sound and video quality are fantastic. Amazing. Somebody, Pinga. Hey, Marco. I don't know what that means, but it looks cool. I love that dragon or that dinosaur. CLT. Okay, so you want to get your CDL. What does that mean? Is it, I don't know. Tell me. I'd love to know. Current goal is to work toward getting my CDL. I'm currently at cable company, but I've been so unfulfilled both spiritually and financially. Oh, wait, don't read that. I thought the chat was guys, I thought the chat was like, you guys could see the chat. Oh my God, sorry. I do want to, now that I like shared someone's personal story on here, I don't know if it was like a private message, I don't know. I will say, like, it's so important to fulfill ourselves with something spiritual. And so like, I'm Christian. That is very like vague because there's so many types of Christianity. I'm just someone who lives by like loving others, accepting others, pouring into my cup, having a relationship with God, being grateful, making time to just like sit in stillness. And I think it's so important to have that. I actually had a coaching client who hadn't gone to church in like 10 years, hadn't done any like meditation, nothing, like nothing that filled her cup. And she started just going on a silent walk for 10 minutes a day. And that completely changed her life. Like, I challenged her to do that. And I like, at the time I was just like, I think she needs something. Like, it just was like an insight that I had. And I told her, go on a walk for 10 minutes a day in silent and just notice how that's going to completely change the way that you feel unfulfilled. Because a lot of the times, like when we're feeling like frustrated or unfulfilled, it's like, well, with the women I've worked, it's like comparison, right? Or not being where you want to be, putting ourselves down because like maybe we don't have the financial status that we want, or the relationship that we want, or the career that we want. And we're just thinking about the thing we don't have versus being rooted in like what needs to change within myself so that I can have that thing, right? Okay, we can see the chat. Romina, thank you for that, because I'm like, oh, the P word. Oh, that's a bad word. Oh my God. Okay, I am so freaking behind. If it is a bad word, that's why it wasn't showing. Got it. I'm like so not caught up with pop culture, or like the only thing that I knew was like 6'7", because I have a niece who's 13 and she would say it all the time. But other than that, I don't. Oh, it's a bad word. That is so unfair. Marco, you need to leave the chat. Okay? You need to leave the chat. Anyways, okay, so I want to leave you guys with something, because I know someone, Romina, you were like, what the hell is this live about? Oops, said another bad word. I do cuss once in a while, so, but not the P word, whatever that means, okay? So, I am thinking about what needs to happen in order for me to actually make time for the things that matter for me. So Jose, for you, like, you know, you said you wanted to connect, you felt unfulfilled spiritually and financially. And it sounds like, I don't know, I'm going to give you some advice. If you were to or ask you a question, if you were to fill up your spiritual cup, what do you think that would do for you? And what needs to happen for you to make time for the thing that you know will bring light or fulfillment, right? Because I know you're like, we want to grow financially. I'm in the same boat. Like, I definitely want to expand myself financially, but I know that in order to do that, I had to make time for things that mattered for me. So I'm actually doing a 30-day challenge by myself. Well, like, meaning like it's not like a paid challenge. I'm doing it with myself and my friend Romina, shout out. And I'm picking 5 things that are going to fill my cup that have nothing to do with the outcome, right? So it's like, I would love 100,000 subscribers. I would love to be monetized on YouTube. I would love to make $10,000 a month. I'm not there. I would love to like take my mom out on a Europe trip. I would love to pay my husband's student debt, right? Those are like the results that I would want. However, if I just keep thinking about that, right? I don't want to call it unfulfillment, but the lack, like I don't have those things yet, that would be really like frustrating, right? So in my 30-day challenge that I'm doing, a personal challenge, I'm picking 5 things that bring me closer to becoming the person that I want to be and having those results. So the 5 things are, 2 of them are physical, because I noticed that when I'm in my physical body, I'm out of my head more. So in order to have the YouTube channel that's going to make the 4,000 hours, I'm going to get monetized, I have to pour into my own cup. And for me, again, physical, out of my head, into my body. And that is working out for 45 minutes a day, going on a walk for 30 minutes a day. Now you may say, I can't do that, Karla. I can't commit to 45 minutes of workout and 30 minutes of walking. I, again, stay home with my son, so I'm able to like go on a walk with him in the morning or in the evening. However, what time do you have? If you have an hour work lunch, can you eat your lunch in 30 minutes and walk 15 minutes, right? Just kind of an idea. I'm just sharing my personal goals. So 2, that's 2. The third one is 30 minutes of pouring into my business, at least. Oftentimes I have 2 hours to pour into it a day. The other one is 15 minutes of a creative outlet that I'm trying to do, but it's not my priority. But if I only give it 15 minutes a day, can I be one step closer? And that for me was creating UGC content. Obviously now with like the whole YouTube hiccup, like, oh my God, I want to be monetized. I'm going to switch it to that. Can I give 15 minutes a day to pursue my YouTube dream? It doesn't always mean posting a video, but it could mean writing scripts, building community, going to Jason and Romina's creative program and membership, createirl.com. Shout out. And lastly, 10 minutes of filling my spiritual cup. So it could be meditation, it could be sitting in silence, it could be journaling, because I actually quit AI yesterday. I had been using AI sometimes for like my own creative dump, like brain dump. And they're always my words, like anything that I share. But I was actually filtering myself a lot for fear of like, I guess just trying to be more palatable for people, right? Like, what would I actually say? Ooh, maybe I shouldn't say it because it might be too much, or it might be a little too aggressive, or a little too inspirational, like whatever. And people might be like, well, Karla, I don't have time to, like, I'm very tough love as a content creator and coach and friend and human being. Like, I'm like, you make time, right? And so I was making myself a little too palatable and using AI to be like, how can I make this a little nicer, you know? But now I'm just journaling. And so that's like my spiritual outlet as well. So those are the 5 things that I'm doing. And I hope that by sharing them, you know, it helps you figure out like, how can I make time for that dream that I only have 6 months for? Give yourself 6 months, 15 minutes a day. If you want to be bold, 30 minutes a day. If I filled my spiritual cup, I feel I would be challenged more and feel like I'm working toward my future. I want to travel and make money. The student loan aspect is definitely a factor for the office job. Only you know what's best for you. I think sometimes, so the last time I had a full-time job was in 2018. I worked in television as a producer for digital producer. And I remember, I loved my job, so I don't know what it feels like to be in a job that I don't like, at least not in the last 10 years. But when I became a coach, I was doing social media management. That was my first business. And I was so unfulfilled there. And the more that I focused on the unfulfillment of that job, it just kept me more stuck. And I had to get myself out of it and see that unfulfillment as that job, that business that I had, that I felt unfulfilled and frustrated and burnt out from. When I started seeing it as a blessing, that job that business, my first business, was providing for my dreams, was providing for the life that I have now, was providing for the person I became. If it wasn't for my social media business, I would have never been able to get my coaching certification. I would have never been able to get my own apartment and hire coaches that then helped me become even more confident. And then I met my husband. There's all these things that starting the business, because I moved back home to start that business, and then I didn't like the business 1 or 2 years into it, but I kept building it because it was making money. But if I hadn't done all those things, I wouldn't be who I am now, and I wouldn't be where I'm at, right? So maybe giving yourself a deadline, if I'm going to be at this job, how much do I have to save? And I'm not a finance girly, so I got to get better at that. So don't ask me financial questions, but I will say maybe just giving yourself a deadline, right? And also, again, it goes back to what I said about gratitude for me. What do you have in your life that having this job has allowed you to have, right? Maybe it's stability. Maybe it's being able to pay your bills, right? Even those basic needs, your basic needs are being met. And I just would love to see what would happen if you did pour into your spiritual cup in the next 6 months. How would you be transformed even while you're still building at this job that you don't like, so that you can get your driver's license, right? So 6 months, 15 minutes a day. Yeah. And it's going to be awkward. I don't know, I'm not a big religious person. I think some people would beg to differ, but I've done all sorts of different Christian denominations. So I'm not even here telling you go do the Christian thing, whatever spirit, being connected to the higher power of spirituality means to you. But for me, when I talk to God, I remember even that I would overthink it and overcomplicate it. I would be okay, I'm sitting here, God, I really want to do this YouTube thing, but I don't have capacity. I only have 2 hours. Please just give me ideas for my channel. Obviously I didn't pray for that, but the other day I was praying something so maybe it's not silly, but I was trying to get insight on how to name a membership that I have. And I sat there journaling, praying to God. And I was just can you help a sister out? I'm stuck, sometimes I feel my prayers are dumb, but and sometimes they're not answered, but just being able to sit there with your own thoughts and emotions in whatever capacity, meditation, prayer, journaling, definitely make some time for it. It might feel awkward for you if you haven't done it in a while, but it'll definitely start, touching that part that we need. I mean, we're mind, body, and spirit, right? We're not just physical, we're spiritual beings. So we definitely need to pour into that cup. I don't know stray kids. I'm is that another bad word? If you're late, if you're new, if you're in the live, if you just got it here, I said a bad word earlier because someone had left a comment being bad word, it starts with a P, and I said it out loud, yeah, bold, courage, as if it was this beautiful word. And then people were Karla, you just said a bad word online. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what stray kids is. Hello from England. Hi, Stephen. Oh my God, I really want to go back to England. I've only been to London, I feel that's where everyone goes. But one of my goals, I'm saying it out loud. I'm going to put it out there. So I'm trying to monetize on YouTube. It's been a while since I've been consistent. And one of my biggest goals in regards to England is I want to take my husband to see a Liverpool game. He is a big Liverpool fan, and we like would love to go. We meaning he's the fan, but I would love to go to Liverpool, go back to England, and the next time we go, it would be so amazing that I'm like, love, I'm making, I don't know, $5,000 from YouTube, and guess what? I got you tickets to go see your favorite game. Ah! Like how cool that, oh, it gives me chills. So putting it out there. London sucks, go up north in the countryside. Liverpool's up north where the real people are. Oh my God. I only know one British person, and shout out to my friend Rob. He's from Liverpool and he has the best accent. So when I think of like people from England, I think Liverpool because of my friend Rob and his accent, and just like he's such a like teddy bear, big hearted person. So yeah, shout out to Liverpool. So anyways, I'm curious to know like how you guys found my channel. I know there's a few like OGs, but Steven, like who sent you here? Did you just randomly find me through like the YouTube algorithm, or do you know someone in the chat? A Scouser just like us from Newcastle. Oh, I'm going to screen and grab that because I want to Google more of you people, Scousers from Newcastle, and what is out there. Okay, so yeah, the title of this video, I'm gonna probably change it, but it was like $500 gym. So I'm gonna take you guys on a little fun field trip. You guys want to go on a field trip? Okay, so this place is amazing. It's like my childcare. I don't have a nanny. I'm not privileged in that way, but I am huge on investing in your health and time. I had a baby 21 months ago, and I thankfully have had a great amount of support like from my husband, and I haven't felt like I've lost myself in motherhood, but I did feel like I lost myself as a creative. So this whole video is really like when I decided to go live, I really wanted to talk to the creatives, because I feel like we tend to lose ourselves in the name of trying to be responsible and trying to make financial decisions for our lives, right? And over time, we start losing that like self-expression, that creativity. And honestly, when I became a business owner, this was like in 2018, I felt like I had to be, again, palatable. I can't say that word, palatable. Like I had to fit into a mold of like, what is a business owner and a coach, and like how I should show up. And I almost lost like my fun, my creativity, and my like, I'm a pretty bubbly, happy person, and I feel like I lost that. So I'm really like, in the last 2 years since becoming a mom, I've actually gained that back. Like I've become more creative, because like that was my focus these last 21 months, or the first year of motherhood is like when I was staying home, and I honestly became way more creative being a mother, because I mean, I did create a human, or kind of, God created it, whatever, but you know. So I've definitely become more creative, and I haven't lost myself in motherhood, but yeah, like as a creative, I'm trying to find that voice again. So it's been really cool to just come live here, and I'll share a little bit more about that, but I'm going to take you guys on a little tour. Are you ready? Okay. How do I don't think I could, oh, yes. Okay, so this is the pool. I won't show people, but that's the pool. And then there's a jacuzzi. Oh, and they have this amazing, oh my God, I have to pick my son in like 20 minutes, but I may get some ceviche. So they have like a whole yummy menu of things. And then you walk here, that's our view. And then they have like a bar. So anyways, I'm gonna go into the jacuzzi in a bit. I'll bring you guys along, maybe not. Come on, what is that thing that influencers do? They go, come with me. There's this like guy who like makes fun of like influencers and creatives. And I mean, I would consider myself a content creator, but like he makes fun of us by being like, there's a specific voice that he says, and he's like, come with me. So anytime I'm writing my voiceovers, I'm like, Karla, do not do that. Like, do not do the typical, hey guys, welcome to Day in a Life, as a stay-at-home mom and a content creator and a coach. But I just find it funny. Yeah, so this is a gym. It's like super cool here because I have all this, like, well, I have like almost 3 hours, almost, so like, you know, changing, picking them up and stuff like that. So it's been really cool. I obviously won't share because of online things. So we're like, where, what time, all of that. Like what time I pick up my son. But yeah, so I come here almost every day, and that's where I work on my business. I just had to like, I felt like last year, as much as I loved staying home, I was using staying at home as like an excuse to not pour into my goals 100%. Like I poured into my creativity. I did a lot of like not online creative stuff. I hosted a lot of things at my house. I had dinner parties. I tried doing sourdough. That didn't work out. I'm not a Betty Crocker. Maybe I'll try again. And then I did a lot of like home videos, which as a creator, I started, that's like my creative outlet, making videos. Like my first camera, I was 16 years old, and I would make vlogs just for my friends and family, never like post them on YouTube. And that was my creative outlet. And then again, I just stopped doing it because it became a part of my job, like either on the social media thing when I was working for brands for their creating social media stuff for their accounts. Like I was constantly creating for other people, but not for myself. And then I became a coach, and I felt like I had to feel like I was arrived. But like coaches are humans, content creators are humans. We're all still trying to figure it out. So I'm coming more into this like newfound way of just creating and like expressing myself without, you know, anyways, I don't know what my train of thought, but yeah, it's a gym. Let me put you guys down for a little bit. Okay. Enjoy the view. Give me 2 seconds. Woo. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go to the jacuzzi. Hopefully there's not a lot of people, but I'm getting really better at vlogging in public. If you guys are new here or not, I used to do a lot of vlogs, and I like was very shy in the beginning. And then YouTube was actually what I found my voice by posting on YouTube. This is like 15 years ago. And I became very comfortable talking in front of the camera. But in the last 6 years, since I've stopped doing long format content, I became more in my own head. And so I stopped like I was afraid of making videos in front of people, but now I'm like back to not caring. Because when you hit 35, you stop caring about what people think. I think that's the thing, right? When you turn 35. I'm 35 now. But anyways, look. Okay. Yeah, any questions for those who are still here? I've been here for 38 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to end it soon. But I wanted to share something that was in my journal. Here, I'm going to use my hair as to wipe my hands. That is the perk of having really frizzy hair. When there's not any paper towels in the bathroom, I just use my hair. I just like wet my hair. I'm like, oh, my hair needs a little bit of shine. So I just want to leave this with like, I don't know if I'm going to end it soon, but something that came up to me as I was doing my 15 minutes of spiritual journaling. Something that came up for me was you don't have to choose one identity and stay there forever. So back when I lost my job, like I was a full-time employee. This was 2018. I lost my job, and like I had worked my butt off to have like a title in television that made me feel something like, oh, I'm a producer, right? And when I lost that, like I felt so frustrated because I'm like, now I'm back to being like, I'm unemployed and now I'm a business owner. What am I? And I like was so stuck in identities. And I started noticing that when I became a mom, I was like, oh my God, like I'm staying home with my baby for 6 months. And then it became a year. And I'm like, oh my God, am I just a stay-at-home mom? And I hated that I did that because get up, can't hear you. Thank you. Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. But anyways, like, you know, if you are, I know someone earlier in the chat was like, I hate my job and I'm stuck in this job. I want to, thank you. You know, I want to get a new job that I feel more fulfilled in. It's like, you don't have to be in the identity of whatever you are right whoever you are right now, or whatever job position you're in, like you have you give yourself permission to change and like not feel like. Point is, for so long I was like, oh my god, I'm a coach, so that's like all I could be. I can't step out of my comfort zone and try content creation, right? So then I stopped posting on YouTube for 6 years because I was like, I'm only a coach, so I need to just make coaching content. And then I boxed myself in, right? And then I became a mom, and I was like, well, I'm a mom, and my reality is I don't have as much time as I used to. But that doesn't mean I'm not a content creator. It doesn't mean I'm not creative. It doesn't mean that I'm not a confidence coach anymore. It doesn't mean like that I'm not a writer because I'm not writing right now, right? Or just because I love running, but just because I'm not running every day doesn't mean that I'm not a runner. So it's just like, you don't have to choose one identity and stay there forever. You don't have to just be like, this is all I am. You get to decide, like, I'm all the things. And honestly, even just like on my, I like wrote everything that I know that I am as a wallpaper. It kind of became like my identity statement, but I wrote it down, and like, I am the woman who, or I am someone who's courageous, or I am a writer, I am a content creator, like things like that. I wrote it on my notes, and I've used it as my wallpaper. And I stare at it every day just to remind myself, like, I get to decide who I am. Like, nobody gets to tell me who I am. My age doesn't get to define like what I get to do. Like, I could start a career over at 35, 40, 50. I could start a new business if I wanted to. I could change directions in my YouTube channel, right? So, yeah, anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Oh, they're out of sync. Okay, well, I'm gonna head out then because I don't want to leave you guys here just like listening to weird audio. But anyways, have a great rest of your day, and send this channel to anyone who you think will benefit from it. And I hope to see you guys later. All right, I'm gonna just dip in the pool now. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.